Good morning. This is Joe Irish and Zach Armstrong from CN Investments. Today we're going to talk about Roth conversions and why, in the current environment with the coronavirus, why now might be a good time to do a Roth conversion. Typically in the past, if you did a Roth conversion, we usually waited till the end of the year to look at income, but with depressed markets and with what's going on in the market right now, now might be a good time to do a Roth conversion. So today we're going to handle those situations.
And just to start very high level, what a Roth conversion is it's taking pre-tax assets, whether that's in a traditional IRA or rollover IRA or even your 401k, and moving those funds over to a Roth IRA. It creates a taxable event on the funds that you decide to move over. So it's very important that you work with an advisor and your tax preparer or CPA to make sure you're not adding taxes or kicking yourself up into the next highest tax bracket. This is why, in general, we don't recommend it while you're still working, because it just adds on more ordinary income tax.
As you know or may not know, the CARES Act just eliminated the need for taking RMDs in 2020. So as part of that, if you in the past had to take an RMD, currently this year you would not have to take RMD. So maybe it would make sense to take that RMD amount that you would have had to take and do a Roth conversion, foregoing the distribution, but then making a Roth conversion at this time. Basically looking at the taxes and seeing if you would be in the same tax bracket for this year, 2020.
So the second point that Joe mentioned is we've all experienced some uncertainty and volatility in the stock market. So the stocks and stock market is at relative lows compared to where we were, a month or 2 months ago. So now is potentially even better time to do a Roth conversion, just from a timing perspective. Is you can convert more cash and buy more shares because the price per share has gone down in those stock mutual funds, or you can convert more shares of what you currently own in your IRA now that the market has gone down. So what that means, and we're long-term believers in the market, is when the market does ultimately rebound, is you'll get a higher tax-free growth in those accounts because you've transferred more shares.
So the third reason is that in our current environment, our taxes are at an all-time low, historically all-time low. We just passed a $2 trillion CARES Act, which is going to infuse money, and at some point in time, it's likely that we'll have to have taxes go up to pay for some of these infusions due to the coronavirus that we're having. And then also, with the age 72 RMD kicking in, we'll also maybe potentially have higher tax brackets when you enter retirement. You have Social Securities and pensions and RMDs kicking all at once. And so what we want to do is try to take advantage of these low brackets to do Roth conversions now, to make sure we take advantage of lower tax brackets, and also ensure that you have a smooth, tax-efficient return into retirement. So as you can see, this is the historical tax brackets, just to give you an example of where tax brackets are at and how we are at one of the lowest points in history in terms of different brackets and where people are at.
So the last point, and it goes back to the Secure Act that Joe mentioned, is when you leave your money behind when you pass away to your heirs. The new Secure Act made those individuals inheriting pre-tax assets, they now have to liquidate those funds within 10 years of the owner's death. So often younger individuals are inheriting these funds. They might be in their highest earning years, working in the highest tax bracket maybe ever. They're just adding more tax to them. By converting your assets to Roth and leaving those to your heirs as Roth IRA assets, there is no tax impact to them when they draw those funds later on. So, all four of those points, with the Tax Cuts and Jobs Act, the CARES Act, and Secure Act, as well as the market volatility, really are kind of all coming together for what we think is the perfect time to consider Roth conversions in your stage of life.
Yeah, so if you're wanting to learn more about Roth conversions, how they can impact you or benefit you, obviously you can reach out to the Sienna team. Zach Armstrong and myself, Joe Irish, are here to help. We hope that you will reach out to us and take advantage of this time with Roth conversions. Thanks for staying tuned. We'll talk to you soon.